Hello guys, welcome back to The Crew 2. Patch number 1.2.2 or whatever it was that came in today came with 5 new events. 1 drag race, 1 hypercar race and 3 street race events. It's part of the patch which was announced yesterday with the upcoming spring update. They're sort of going to work towards it with some weekly events. This time it were 5 to start it off. And from the next week on, it will be 2 new events every week. So let's have a look. I already had a look in normal and hardcore mode, so let's run them in ace mode. The first one is the Death Valley Drag Race. It's north of Las Vegas on the highway. It's raining like hell, I have noticed in that thing, so let's have a look. We'll travel to do this thing here. We need a car, obviously. Drag race. Corvette Stingray, a bit of mix of a couple of yellows. The rest is purple parts that I have on it. We'll see. I believe we need a 16.133 to beat the ace mode. As you can see, I already done it in the Challenger once, and that was pretty close. I did a 16.101 or something like that. But I'm assuming the Stingray should be faster. 16.133 is indeed what we need to beat it. That was a pretty bad start. So probably not gonna be good enough. Let's have a look. 16.164. That is not good enough to beat it, but we have 2 more runs. Obviously, you cannot follow ghosts. 15.851, that will be good enough to beat it. But as you can see, there are ghosts a couple of 100 meters in front of me. That's pretty simple. Team slipstreaming, ghosting from start to finish. That's what they're doing. I think the world record's already 14 point something. But yeah, I started with this direct because that is the thing that I am totally not interested in. But nevertheless, as you can see, with a fully upgraded Stingray, you can beat this thing in solo. 16.1 needed, we had 15.8 eventually. Although, bad start in the first run didn't make us get there, but you have 3 runs to get it in, so not a problem. Meanwhile, I'm gonna get rid of these parts here. And that means that the drag is back to everything on green. It's the first one actually in the list. The Death Valley. Hypercar is called Main Highlands East. and it more or less plays around in the Niagara Falls area, if I'm not mistaken. Should be there somewhere. There it is. As you can see, it sort of goes around the whole area here. Also that one we will have a look at, obviously. But not in a drag car. Let's take, I don't know, Chiron probably. The world record is 3:02 here already. It's pretty much a bumpy, twisty, high-speed track. That's what it is. Excuse me, coming through. But also the AI is driving Chiron as well. So they also have this speed. Sensitivity ivory tower, sensitivity slider, that is what we need for the keyboard. These things do not steer fast enough, especially if you need to switch from left to right, you're in trouble. It also does not help that I have a camera from behind instead of the hood cam, but on first look it doesn't seem to be a big problem. I'm 8-9 seconds ahead and I made a mistake. So for those people that are crying on the forums that the ace mode is too difficult, it is something I don't really understand. Driving with a keyboard, with the camera from behind, with a car that doesn't like angle changes on the keyboard, so as you can see, left corner was kinda, the right corner was kinda okay, the left corner was a mess. Is yeah, a little shortcut here on the left on it, but I'm not sure if it's actually faster. Because you have to slow down to take that street there. A 3:24 with some mistakes here and there, so yeah. Around 3 minutes and probably under it for wheel drivers and such. But apart from the start, I'm gonna have to recheck it, but what is all that thing doing here? Let's see. So I need to be looking in those parts. Let me recheck it to make sure that it was correct. Yeah, it was correct. It was ace mode. Okay. So also that's not really trouble with the AI. Haven't seen them apart from the start. Which brings us to the street racing. And the first one we encounter, I think they're all three next to each other in the menu. Centerwoods South, the Timbuktu Wineries, and the Coastal Range 2LA. Coastal Range 2LA is a pretty twisty one, so maybe we'll take a bike there. We'll see. You'll start just with the Centerwoods South, travel to there, which is on the map somewhere in the middle of it, more or less. A little bit northeast of Santa Fe. That's where we are. And it's going towards the southeast, as you can see, towards Amarillo and then to Dallas. What are we gonna drive here? That's a good question. Not a Chiron, but because that's a hypercar. Let me see. Lotus Evora. What do we have there? Nitro bonus chemist thing. Yeah, whatever. We'll see. We'll see if it works or not. We'll find out. Sesame, open ye. There we go.
3, 2, 1.
Like that. AI a little bit messing about with each other, and meanwhile the port is away. Get back here, Lisa. Certain weather conditions as well here, so a bit of a wet road here, but that's what's we're always gonna have. This is a bit of an annoying checkpoint. Understeer real this car. And here we have the finish sorta on the outside of Dallas. In a 242. Whatever that means. Let's have a look what that means. Means that we're quite a bit behind. 226, 226, the slipstream people over there. But also this. In a Lotus Evora, we just beat Ace Mode. So all those kiddies crying on the forums, can't beat Ace Mode, I do not understand it, I really don't. Looking for a car, what are we gonna drive? Porsche maybe? What do we have on here? Some sort of sniffer thing or whatever it is, doesn't matter. The Porsche on itself is a decent car. Which brings us to track number 2 for the streets, a race. The Temecula Wineries. Where is this situated on the map? San Bernardino, apparently. A bit east of LA. And it goes even more southwards, as you can see. These things take place outside. They are all outside of the city. That is, they are all A to B. None of them are loops, which is a good thing. Don't like circuit tracks, find them boring. And some of them are pretty technical. This is pretty technical, and the last one is definitely technical.
Come on, you can do it.
Yes, sure. Ram all you want, you're gonna lose it. Just noticed. Steering sensitivity. Nice. So I can actually take the corner with the keyboard. By the sound of it, he's driving the Ferrari erupting over there. Sure. Drive all he wants. Here are the wineries. That's why they are called that. That's right. We're having bear for dinner tomorrow. Cool. Vehicles. Okay, once you lose it, you can lose it. Was that just, what was that? Just flew over me? Unbelievable. Pretty straightforward things here. On the end, that's not the best. Checkpoint placement is still not their forte, that is for sure. 302. Let's have a look what our people are doing here. 244 paraglider in a Hurricane. Yeah, I hate the Hurricane. I never drive Lambos. I know it's the best car considered, but still not drive it. Bit of sliding with the Porsche in the rain. Other than that, also here with a sliding Porsche. We beat the Ace mode. For the last one, I'm gonna take the bike, I guess, to have some fun. The last one is somewhere in the LA area, if I'm not mistaken. Can't immediately find it. You know, it's probably one of those triple thing points. Thought it finished in LA, that last one. Where is it? Coastal range to LA? Yeah, definitely is, but I have no idea where it starts. So. Let's have a look where it starts. Middle of nowhere, apparently. Coastal range. North of the Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. Oh, it was way further than I thought it was. And as you can see, it sort of zigzags, and it's a lot of zigzagging. It's a lot of hairpins going up the mountain and a lot of hairpins going down the mountain towards LA. That's where we're gonna end up. That's how I steer. That's slow I steer with the keyboard.
3, 2.
This one is more during the evening, let's call it that. I suppose they call it night. From one hairpin to another, but this track is more or less from start to finish. And I'm sure that the shortcut and reset rats will find their way here. That's what they always do. But other than that, I like the tracks. Here of course is where you lose it compared to a car, because the bikes have no top speed. I find this track the most interesting from all the new ones, but with the keyboard it's tricky to use. Because yeah, you have what I mentioned earlier already, this left right steering, it does not work, because we don't have the sensitivity setting, so go a little bit slower here. Nevertheless, yeah, don't really need to worry about AI. They're somewhere behind the index, so that's all we can say about it. Even if I expand the map, I don't see it. $30 behind. Really? Ace mode? $415.8 with here and there some mistakes, whatever that means. Let's have a look. Oh, that means that we were not that far up from the world record, which seems to be set on 4.10 at the moment. Also in the Brutali Dragster. Paraglider did a 413 in the Hurricane on this track. So if we wouldn't be hitting the wall and had to reset from behind the wall, we probably would have had it. Okay. Bikes edits. Bikes also have been separated. I'm removing all the purple parts because I have yellow parts on most of the cars that I'm using, and the rest I do not tune. Why do I not tune them? Because I don't want to go through all this list, for instance in PvP. As long as we do not have a favorite filter, I keep it like this. I just tune the cars that I drive and not the other ones. That being said, everything back to 100% as it should be. If you're a bit of completist as I am, want to have everything at 100% as if possible, which no, it's always possible. So 3 new street race events: Centerwoods out, Temecula Wineries Coastal Range to LA. The Death Valley Drag Race is completely new, and the Hollywood is not new. Main Highlands East, that is the new Hypercar Race. Those are the 5 events, and we just ace moded them in all kind of different cars and bikes. That was it for this video. Next week we have the Audi RS5 and the Porsche 911 Rallycross coming into the game as February season pass. We'll see you guys in the next one, and bye for now.